here. It's very unlikely that you've heard of Enoc Misael Pérez Chinchilla. He's a 12-year-old boy who was kidnapped after the gruesome murder of his grandfather, uncle, and babysitter. All of this happened while he was on vacation in his native Honduras. He's been missing since December 2nd, 2019 from El Campo Elvir, a neighborhood in Tela, Atlantida, in the northern part of Honduras. Most of the information that I collected from this story is from Honduran newspapers like Tiempo.hn, El País, La Prensa Honduras, and from Facebook messages with his mother, Doña Karina Chinchilla, on a page dedicated to finding her son. Encontremos a mi hijo Enoc Misael. Let's find my son Enoc Misael. This story has Honduran and Spaniard people captivated just alike, but little has been heard about him in the U.S. Enoc was visiting Honduras after having been gone since leaving in 2012. He and his mother were born in the deep mountainous forest of Honduras in a neighborhood Campo Elvir in Tela, Atlantida. This story needs to be heard and needs to be shared because it resonates with the thousands of poor immigrants, not only from Honduras but the entire Latin American continent. Like many Hondurans, Karina left Tela to pursue a better life for her and her son. Unlike the majority, rather than taking off on a caravan to the U.S., she worked and saved money to buy herself a plane ticket to Valencia in the southern part of Spain. In 2010, she, like many other immigrant moms, left her then 3-year-old young son in the care of his grandparents. 3 years later, Karina returned for Enoc to take him to Spain. In a Facebook interview, Karina describes her son as a beautiful, loving, and attentive child. I can't imagine the pain and suffering that she's going through not having her son. I read in some stories that she worries about whether he's eating, if he has his glasses, can he see, the little things that moms worry about. This story is ever so terrible because the trip to Honduras was her gift to him for his 12th birthday. Karina worked hard cleaning houses to buy him that 12th birthday present. He wanted to return to Honduras, having left 6 years earlier. On a Tuesday, a week after turning 12, on November 19, 2019, he arrived in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. The events leading up to the carnage of December 2nd, 2019 are really unclear. Police give a window from December 1st, 7 a.m. to December 2nd till 2 a.m. on December 2nd. Honduran believe that this is a kidnapping case gone really wrong. They have arrested Byron Humberto Melendez, a 29-year-old working alongside 2 other men. The men, according to police, arrived at the house early December 1st, called the grandfather, Enoc Perez, believing that he wouldn't be there. Surprised that he was, they shot him and asphyxiated him in a back room of the house. According to police, the 3 men waited inside the house with the dead grandfather. No specific time later, the uncle Humberto Ramos arrived, and he was killed by blunt force trauma to the head. A few days later, the body of the neighbor, Cindy Castro, was found. It's believed that she was an accomplice for the kidnapping, but was killed in fear that she may give them away. All 3 bodies were found halfway buried at the feet of banana trees in the same neighborhood. According to the Policía de Investigación director, Evelio Burgos, he says that the suspect has not spoken and probably won't speak. He believes that Melendez has worked and has been trained to keep silence by the Mexican cartel. Byron Melendez, like Karina, Enoc's mom, left Honduras in 2012 and took a different route. Police believe that he worked for a Mexican cartel but later left and returned to his hometown, which he has been terrorizing since returning. The DPI agents believe that he killed those 3 aforementioned people and 3 other people and is responsible for Enoc's kidnapping. Police agents believe that a child like Enoc is like a walking lottery ticket. That's what made him a target. They believe that because his mother and his father live in other countries, though they're wealthy enough to pay a ransom fee. Unfortunately, there are few updates from Honduran police. Karina arrived in Honduras but later left as she was getting her Spanish citizenship, something she's leveraging to get help from the European Union. She has asked the EU to provide resources and aid in the search for her missing son. I found no information regarding Enoc's dad. I couldn't find his name, but I did read that he lives in the US. Every day is a day that Karina is without her child. I asked Karina if she had a message for Enoc. She said in Spanish, que si me ve, que sepa que no me voy a rendir hasta encontrar. In English, she says that if he sees her, that she wants him to know that she's not gonna stop until she finds him. Early August, a decomposed body of a child was found in Tela, and the remains are being DNA tested to rule out Enoc. Karina remains hopeful that those remains are not her child's remains. According to televicentro.com, Enoc's mother has put up a $12,500 reward for information leading to Enoc. If you or anyone you know has information regarding Enoc's disappearance, please call 504-972-55441. 504 is the Honduran country code.